Hey guys, so I was so excited to get to have you guys in our live lesson today. If you were able to come, and if not, this will help you also. So there was one thing that I was noticing a lot of mistakes on that I wanted to make sure that I addressed so that we are clear that we're doing multiplication correctly. I saw a lot of students trying to do the old school method or the standard algorithm for multiplication, but the problem is a lot of students were doing it incorrectly, forgetting certain steps that are really important to get the correct answer. So I want to go over a strategy that I have found most fourth graders really understand really well. This is a strategy you've covered in your lessons, or if you haven't gotten there yet, you will be covering in your lessons, but we're going to be using place value to help us multiply. So one of our examples that we were doing today was that there were 76 saws and 24 trucks. So we wanted to figure out how many saws would go onto 24 trucks. Okay, how many saws did she need to order, okay? So we're doing 76 times 24. Now for this strategy, this is a lot like partial products. And what I'm gonna do with this strategy is I am going to draw a box. How big does my box need to be? Well, I have 2 digits here and 2 digits here. So my box needs to be 2 spaces across and 2 spaces down because I'm gonna split these into their place value. And I say it 76 and 24. All right, and then I'm going to use multiplication to multiply into each of these boxes. I'm going to find 4 partial products and then add those together to get the answer. Okay, so my first partial products, I'm going to multiply what's on the top by what's on the side. 70 times 20. Okay, 70 times 20, 7 times 2, I start there, is 14, and I have 2 zeros, so I add 2 zeros. My next box, I multiply what's on the top, 6, by what's on the side, 20. 6 times 2 equals 12, and I have 1 0, so I put in 1 0. Okay, again, what's on the top by what's on the side, 70 times 4. 7 times 4 equals 28. I have 1 0, so I put in 1 0. And in my last box, I'm doing what's on the top, 6 times what's on the side, 4. 6 times 4 equals 24. Now, one thing that really helped me in solving this problem is that I know my multiplication facts fluently. That means I know how to solve them quickly and correctly. I don't have to count on my fingers. I'm not having to draw little dots and count all the dots. I have them memorized. So if this is something that you're still struggling with, check out in the 4th grade toolkit under the math videos. There are a whole set of videos that will help you to memorize your multiplication facts. They need to be memorized. Just like you need to be able to read fluently, you need to be able to solve math fluently, and we do that by memorizing our facts. Okay, now my last step is to add together my partial products. So I have 1,400, 120, 280, and 24. When I add that together, I will find the product of 76 times 24. So 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 4 is 4. 0 plus 2 equals 2. 2 plus 8 is 10. Plus 2 more is 12. Write my 2. Regroup my 1. Make sure you're regrouping. I noticed a lot of not regrouping today for some reason. 1 plus 4 is 5. Plus 1 is 6. Plus 2 is 8. And then 1 plus nothing is 1. So 1,824 was the amount of saws that she needed to order to fill all of the trucks. Okay, so you notice with this strategy, I didn't have to think too much about regrouping or putting in random zeros or what step do I do next. I draw a box, I fill the box based on what I drew on the top and what I do on the side. Okay, again, I know a lot of students want to do the traditional method of multiplication. I know a lot of learning coaches are much more comfortable with the traditional method of multiplication. However, just in my experience in teaching 4th grade, this is my 9th year teaching 4th grade. This strategy works much better for fourth graders. I just have noticed that fourth graders really pick up and like this strategy and struggle remembering all of the steps for the traditional method. If you're good with the traditional method and you are getting the right answers consistently, some of you were, but a lot of you weren't. So I just wanted to make sure that we are really understanding. Let me give you one more example. This is another one that we did today. All right, we were also, sorry, I'm looking at my computer. We were figuring out the number of saws. We had 92 saws times 24 trucks. I don't know why I write my twos two different ways. I'm not a consistent two writer. Sometimes I write it like this and sometimes I write it like that. They're both twos. All right, let me make them both the same though, so it's not confusing. Okay, again, I have 2-digit number times 2-digit number. So I'm gonna draw a box. I'm gonna split it across 2 ways and down 2 ways, and I say my number, 92 and 24. Okay, next step, multiply what's on the top by what's on the side. 90 times 20. 9 times 2 equals 18. I have 2 zeros, so I write 2 zeros. Next box, what's on the top? 2 times what's on the side? 20. 2 times 2 equals 4. I have 1 0, so I write 1 0. Next box, what's on the top by what's on the side? 90 times 4. 9 times 4 equals 36 with 1 0 because there's 1 0 there. And then my last box, I'm going to do 2. Oops, there, I did it again. 2 times 4. 2 times 4 equals 8. Okay, my last step is to add my partial products together and I will get the total. Now, I know some students don't like to do this method because they feel like it's slower, but I've actually noticed that once you get the hang of it, sometimes this method's faster. This is the way I like to solve multiplication. All right, so 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 0 plus 4 is 4, plus 6 more is 10. Write my 0, regroup my 1. 1 plus 8 equals 9, plus 3 more, 10, 11, 12. Write my 2, regroup my 1. 1 plus 2 equals 2. So my total number of whatever this one was, I don't remember now, was 2,208. All right, so hopefully this was helpful to you. Hopefully it was a good little reminder of this strategy. Again, doing a certain strategy is whatever strategy you want is fine as long as you're consistently getting the right answers. So if you're doing your math and you're not consistently getting the right answers, you might want to try a different strategy. Okay, I don't want you to just be like, well, I want to do this strategy. That's great. But at the same point, we also need to be getting the right answers. So make sure you're double checking your answers. And another thing I want to point out, and I'm not saying that this happened, but I just want to point out, you guys aren't allowed to use calculators when you're doing your math. You do need to do your math out on paper or in your head if you can do this in your head. But this is not necessarily multiplication that you can do in your head. You really do need to write it out so that you are getting the correct answer. You are not allowed to use a calculator on FSA, and you won't be able to have somebody help you solve the problem on FSA. So you do need to know how to solve it all by yourself. All right, so let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm gonna put a multiplication practice assignment in Freckle. So anybody who feels like they might need some more practice with multiplication, go ahead and do it. Excuse me. Oh, my throat just got super dry. Sorry about that. Go ahead and do it because this skill is the most important skill that we're going to be learning this year. So you do want to make sure that you have a good understanding of it. All right. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And again, I really enjoyed seeing you guys in live lesson. And I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.